Hello and happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope that you had a good weekend, and I hope that your week has started out pretty good, or good enough. You know, not every week is gonna be good, but that's okay. That happens sometimes. But today I wanted to do some question journal with you because it's been a little bit since we've done it. I think that we left off right at October. So we will start out at, oh my god, hello? Okay, hold on. We will start at October 1st and we will go through until today, which is the 12th. So here we go. October 1st. Have you ever been to a haunted house, and if so, would you go again? I don't think that I have. I'm not opposed to it so long as it's not too scary. Halloween is my favorite, event of the entire year. But I like the spooky, fun Halloween, not like the gory, disgusting, really scary Halloween. So as long as it's a fun, spooky type thing instead of something that's really scary and gory, then yes, I definitely would go to one. October 2nd. Scariest urban legend you have heard of. Oh. See, I can't think of any specific ones off the top of my head, but anything revolving around getting kidnapped and killed in the woods, that's pretty scary. So anything on that topic, or serial killers, kidnappings, those types of things scare me very much. So we know we have no shortage of those stories, so anything revolving around that subject would be the scariest, but I can't think of anything specific. October 3rd, last rumor you spread about someone. I don't do that. Genuinely, I do not do that, and I think that it's because I had dealt with bullying of that nature from such an early age that it was done to me before I could ever do it to anybody else. And when you have that happen to you, those of you who have also been bullied and been in issues like that will know you have absolutely no desire for anybody else to ever go through that. And so I think it's just because I had that done to me at such a young age that it taught me firsthand how bad it is to do that, and so I do not partake in that. October 4th, favorite Halloween themed song. Oh, I like this. So, I'd probably say This Is Halloween from Nightmare Before Christmas, because I just remember on Disney Channel during October when it became that time and they would play it, and it would just make me so happy because it meant that it was the Halloween time, and Halloween on Disney Channel was just the best thing ever in the early 2000s, and it was just great. If you remember it, then you know how amazing it is. So I did write in these answers beforehand because I've actually been kind of keeping up with it. I put, the October 5th, what is the most confusing thing in your life right now? And I just wrote, okay. I just wrote all of it, bestie. This is the most confusing. And it's just because this is the most confusing time of my life that I've ever been in. And so it just needed to be emphasized. October 6th, if you were going to a costume party this weekend, what would you wear? I was going based off of what I have in my closet currently, and I guess I don't really have much for a Halloween costume. I have plenty of stuff to be a black cat, which is what I usually do, because all you really need is all black clothes and cat ears. And then just a single black eyeliner pencil. So that is my default. The only other costume stuff I have is theater costume stuff. So I could probably come up with something a little more creative if I had, if I was looking through everything in my closet and piecing things together. But if I could go out and buy a costume, I haven't thought about Halloween costumes in so long, but I used to get so into it. I had this notebook, and every year I would plan my Halloween costume starting in July. But I, obviously haven't done that in a while because grown up, which is sad. But man, I don't know. I really like things that are space themed, so maybe some sort of alien, some sort of space creature. But I also, I don't know, I enjoy making costumes of like characters that already exist because I just think that that's fun, like being able to like recreate something. But I don't know. There's so many possibilities. I'd have to think about that a lot. October 7th. How do you feel about full moons? Oh, you guys know how I feel about the moon. I love the moon so much. Full moons, however, beautiful, but I am one of those people that has weird dreams when there's a full moon. And I don't know why, but I do. And I just don't know why. It just happens. It's strange, but I just love the moon. I love the moon. The moon is beautiful, perfect, amazing. What is your favorite thing about the month of October? October 8th. Oh, every single thing. I love October so much. October is beautiful. I love the weather. I love when the sky gets that look to it where it's like kind of like a grayish purple with fluffy clouds, but it's still kind of blue, and you can still see the sun a little bit, but you just know like that is the October sky. That's just like copyrighted by October, you know? Like it's just, there's a feeling of October that is indescribable. It just happens in October, and it can be just described as October. Like that's just how October feels. The leaves, the weather, the smell of like the leaves and the burning leaves and like the say leaves one more time, gosh. But just like everything about it, especially the spooky vibes, and I just love October so much. It is my absolute favorite. I have always loved October. Beautiful. October 9th. What was the last ghost story you told? I don't tell ghost stories, so this one kind of a flop. I don't know. I get scared easily. I can't do ghost stories. October 10th. Would you rather have a love affair with a vampire or a werewolf? Well, it would depend on who has a better personality. Whichever one is kinder. Whichever one is a better person? Creature? I don't know. Whichever one is the better of the two. You know what I mean? It would depend on who they are as a person. October 11th. Best monster-themed movie of all time. Okay, well let's unpack this a little bit. So, every October, starting with last year, this is a very new tradition, I watch like spooky movies like every night leading up till Halloween in October. And last year I watched quite a few. I don't really, like I said before, I don't do scary. I like spooky and like fun Halloween movies. So a lot of them are like the Pixar ones. But not all of them, just in that genre, you know, in like the Disney, like the DComs, those kinds of ones. The like stereotypical early 2000s Disney Halloween movies. Good. And I watched a bunch that I'm already familiar with, but this year I'm starting to watch more. I've added more to my list, kind of expanding off of just Disney and going outwards. And so I've only watched 2 so far this season. On Saturday night, I watched Edward Scissorhands for the very first time, and it was really, really, really good. And it was really good. Really, really, really good. So, I may have to, you could say, like, he's not a monster, but, like, if you could make the argument that it could be the best monster-themed movie of all time, like, you know what I mean? And so I'm gonna say that one just because I really, really, really liked it, and it's really, really, really good. Yeah, so, like, you could make the argument whether it is or is not a monster movie, but, like, you know, for the purposes of this, like, I'll call it a monster movie. I feel like they were thinking of something like Godzilla, but, that's, like, reaching a little bit, but, like, I love it so much, so that's it for me. And then the last one, October 12th, the best Halloween costume you've seen was, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can answer this off the top of my head. Well, one really funny one was one of my students who went as one of those like inflatable arm dudes. Like, she had an actual like inflatable costume that like it did the thing and you could like be inside it. Those are cool. So that is it for the question journal for now. We will certainly do it again soon as a few days pass and some questions get built up. But as usual, I would love to hear your answers to all of these questions in the comments. So please let me know. You don't have to do all of them, obviously, but if there are any questions here that you really liked that you want to answer, please feel free to put it in the comments. I'm always interested to hear that. And yeah, I love you guys to the moon and back, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!